Instagram got your bitch, man.
Let it go.
Shout out Drakeo, and Drakeo is like a legend. I was never fit for this industry, to be honest.
I'm your girl, Free.
I'm Jeff Weiss. We're sitting here with Maxo, one of the great Los Angeles rappers.
Thank you for having me, both of y'all.
But yeah, finish telling us
real,
about the Waymo.
Yo, I took a Waymo here, and it was it's calm. To be honest, it's a little better than Uber.
Okay.
I hate saying that. One time I was in a Uber, and we looked over. Or no, I was in a Waymo, and I looked over at a Uber driver, and he was looking at the Waymo, and it was crazy. Like
it was crazy.
It was a
standoff.
But it was crazy because it was like I seen everything flash before his eyes, where he's like, "Damn, I need to figure this shit out because
it's over for me almost."
You feel me? Like
nobody's driving this car.
Like the story of John Henry, where it's like the machine he dies trying to
his whole life flashed before his eyes.
That shit was crazy, and he just leaned down, and shook his head and drove off. I was like, "Damn."
Just looking at you like you're part of the problem.
Right. I'm like,
how
nigga,
much
I gotta
is
get
like
where I'm going.
A common Waymo? Because we don't have that at all.
We're not giving them free promo.
Oh, okay. You from Bakersfield?
Yes, I'm from Bakersfield, California.
Where you from?
I'm here.
You from here?
Yeah,
okay. See, I'm from Pomona. So
we don't have it at all in
So
Bakersfield.
and it's really just like smack in the middle of the city, but it's a good $10 price difference, 15.
Okay.
Yeah, like Waymo is cheaper for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So growing up in Pomona, were you aware that your city had produced the greatest rapper of all time?
Who, Sugar Free?
Yeah.
Love him. Shout out to Sugar Free. You've gotten me and Picasso through a lot of car rides.
Man, straight up. Every time, as he shout out, he was shouting out Hope, the Hostro, and like we used to drive down there and like to go to downtown Pomona, you gotta pass Hope. So it's like
I had my days in that area.
You feel me?
Because my cousins lived in Chino Hills. And so what we would do is I'd leave from Bakersfield, go to Chino Hills. We'd go hang out with the homies in Upland. We'd party in Rancho. We'd go to San Bernardino, Riverside, Pomona, the whole 9 yards. And it was a whole different culture shock. To be honest, I ain't start clubbing in LA at the clubs until I was like 19.
Word.
No lie. From 16 to 19, IE baby.
I feel you. House party.
It was so much fun. Like it was a whole different era. Shout out to my ex bad bitches. We used to call each other that. Before baddie days, we were baddies. Okay.
They still out there. They still out there. They reminiscing too, for real. But yeah, that's such just the IE in general is such like niggas don't realize how ratchet that shit get, but niggas also don't realize like how like pure it is because it's and how many real niggas and people are there because it's so just like it's like in shit but not. It's like,
right.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
just y'all.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's nothing really
it's a town.
Yeah,
it's a town.
Exactly.
Like,
so it's like, it's this. Y'all not trying to be LA either.
At all.
That was the thing. We used to be like, is we going to go to a party in LA and have to drive all the way out there and maybe get caught with the bottle and whatever we have, or we going to go up the street with the niggas that we already fuck with in the IE. And it was the same type of funness. And I can say that because when I did get older, I did start partying in LA and I'm like, damn, I got to really get dressed up now. I gotta put on heels.
It's not fun to party.
Like, but it's like it was different. You get what I'm saying? Like I could go in booty shorts and a crop top and tennis shoes in the IE, and it would still be bad bitch central. You feel me?
Exactly.
Clubs here, it's like, oh my god, now I gotta go put a dress on, put some heels on. Like it was different.
It's extra but
contemptible.
But then too,
I'm mad about it still.
Yeah, like it's still something.
I agree.
It's still something brewing for that.
Yeah, you know.
But no, at the same time, it's like I moved and went to high school in Pomona, but I'm from Ladera, so it's like I definitely had like just different. Like it was adjusting on both ends to where it's like I'm going out here and it's like it's slower, but then it's like I'm also where I came from is like a lot of black people that have kind of their shit together.
Right.
And then it's like, it's just like different, yo.
Which place you feel like you grew up more?
Oh,
yeah.
Definitely the Inland.
Okay.
For sure. I'm like, for sure. Always back and forth, but I definitely I mean, shit, I'm 30 now, so I would say in totality, damn, it's probably equally split now at this point.
Right at this point.
Like, I'd say when I graduated high school, like, definitely out there for sure. That was mine, you know.
What high school did you go to out there?
I went to Claremont.
What was your family like growing up?
Shit, both my parents just working class 9 to 5. You know, I got 2 brothers. I'm a middle kid. My parents, you know, just regular. Like, my dad from the Midwest, my mama from Inglewood. So, like, I've seen them work so many jobs, but just super, I don't know, like, I just really appreciate my mom for being very specific with each one of us, because it was, like, all so different. I was a little mischievous motherfucker, so I was always trying to get into some shit, but just, I would say in the grand scheme, they just paid attention. That's like the biggest blessing. So many people not paying attention. It's like, it's so important to just pay attention to your kids, for real. Like, or else they just, you know?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, they get raised by a screen a lot of the time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially now, but then when I was growing up, it was like, yeah, you raised by the computer, MySpace, Facebook, all that shit. But then it's also just like outside too.
Right.
You feel me? Like a majority of the time, being never just going to school and not coming home till 10. That was kind of like what I was on.
Back in the day also, too, was a generation of just, like, older parents.
That part.
My parents are very significantly older. My friends' parents, they were, like, you know, still a little bit older. Mm-hmm. Now we have this generation of the younger parents, like kids are having kids, and so they don't know how to raise a child because they're still a child. So the first thing to do is just put them on the iPad, put them on this, let them go do this. But see, I'm more militant in the way when I choose to have children, I'm going to be a different type of mom because of the way I was raised. You're going to learn shit. Right. You're going to do shit. Right. There's going to be order around here. Like the bitch said in Harry Potter, I will have order. Y'all know which movie I'm talking about with that short bitch. Y'all know which one. So it's like, you know, but the generation is fucked up in that way because anybody can have a child once you get a period. Real shit.
Real
like,
spill, though. Real spill.
Once you get a period, you can have a baby.
And you know,
I had my period in 6th grade.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Imagine
crazy.
me having it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, that's why. It's
you know,
just to think about that is crazy because, you know, it just make you realize how long I guess kids been raising kids in this world. You feel me? And it's births of legends too. Like however you get it, how you get it.
Right.
A seed gonna blossom regardless. Right. If it's supposed to.
And your brother rapped, right?
My brother did rap. Yeah. Shout out my brother Miles. That was I would say if my brother did not ever pick up a microphone, I wouldn't be rapping. I didn't grow up wanting to be a rapper. I grew up like wanting to have some like power in my words for sure, and just like I always been kind of like in the most humblest way, just like a leader in my steps. But like I would say, yeah, my older brother just really was the first person to have me like going out and seeing, whether it's like he doing a pay to play show in Hollywood or where you got to sell your, you know what I'm saying, or it's like, and I'm just going, and I'm like supporting my brother, making sure we don't got to fight nobody, and just like watching him going to the studio. I always been a great writer though, and I always been passionate about that, just articulating things with my words. But yeah, man, shout out Miles. That's my nigga. That's my nigga.
How far apart in age are you guys?
3 years. So,
he's older?
Yeah,
okay.
My older brother, 3 years. So you can only imagine just being with him pretty much every day. And then it, you know, life just hits different for different people. Some people are more susceptible to different impurities, you feel me? Right. Just because it's like, you know, you young and you learning and you fragile. But yeah, just where life took him, he just stopped. He couldn't rap no more. And then I kind of just picked it up with the intention to like leave the door open and just kind of really just express myself. I didn't really, at that time, this was like 2016. I didn't really have anywhere to express myself, y'all. Like, and I was really, really like I don't know, type depressed, you feel me? Just going through a lot of shit with my family and just not able to, like, not having no palate for that. But, like, I thank God for music because it really just gave me, like, a voice in a way before I had even any intentions in it. And as I've been going, it's just like I furthered my intentions to where, you know, I'm just trying to, like, keep shit pure at this point. You do shit and you do it for so long that you kind of get lost in it, and it's like I just like fuck money, fuck all the like clout shit, all the other shit, but it's like I just want this craft to remain pure because the root of it is from such a place from, you know, such a garage microphone baby, like I was never fit for this industry, to be honest, for the construct of it, you know.
I think you almost have to be some kind of sociopath
to
be built for it, like or like no interior monologue.
Yeah, I'm just.
But what I also was gonna say is like being not the ideal, conventional look or sound is more in style now more than ever. You know, so I do feel like there is a space for that.
Most definitely.
So you are lucky in that way because niggas is wilding these days.
Oh, God.
So you could just go in there and just, hey, I'm just there. You know what I mean? Slither on through.
Oh, God.
You know,
real.
and it's like,
for real, though.
where so years ago it may have been like, who this nigga?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's more doors.
It's more doors now.
But I'd argue there was more infrastructure, like back in like the late 90s. I mean, it was only a couple places to go, but like let's say the underground world, there was like infrastructure. There was like tour circuit you could run on. There were like 3 or 4 like significant indie labels, you know. And Raucous Records like popped off, and like they had a lot of dirty money because it was Murdoch money. But at the same time, like for a minute there, like, hey, if you're gonna use like Rupert Murdoch's money in a positive to put out Feral Minds records.
Like, no, that's just like if you know, everybody get dirty money, kinda.
Totally.
It's like you gotta just put it. You gotta just put it where it's not where it's clean.
The famous quote: "Behind every fortune lies a great crime."
Straight up, though.
You know,
straight up.
If you can launder
it. Historically, that then you feel me? It wouldn't be no Anita Baker if it wasn't no Freeway Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Historically, like he really saved her career.
Yeah.
So it's like just different shit to where it's like you do your history, you like, oh, actually, like we need everything.
Right.
But it definitely is just nowadays the lack of infrastructure, but it's almost less gatekeepers too. So it's like it's a win-win for the people.
Right.
Not for the infrastructure, you know?
I feel like it depends on who like there's always historically been a lot of bad gatekeepers, but there was kind of a value in, like, because I always say the only gatekeeper left is the algorithm, and that's a dangerous gatekeeper to me because that kind of like it's people's like most easily manipulated emotions.
Instagram got your bitch, man.
Let it
go. Freer. Nah, but real talk though, I hear you, man. It's tricky out here, but it's like at the same time we have so much control, but it's like then we don't. They just it's like different. The people that are in charge or just wear different clothes.
Yeah,
you know?
I liked one of your lines. I think it was from Mars Electric. We were like, "What the fuck I look like trying to be famous?"
What the fuck I look like trying to be famous? I might move out the city like Jada Pinkett Smith. I done had it. Nah, but real talk, bro. Real talk. Cause I personally, I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get it, especially nowadays. Everything's so, you're like, you crucifying yourself. I like to live too freely in the sense of, like, I'm learning in real time. So it's like, sometimes with this shit I be seeing, I'm like, damn, bro, like, it's no room to make any mistakes. It's no room to, like, be actually human. You feel me? At all. Mind you, be a good person, be your best version. Don't be out here on no shit, bullshit. But like, I just feel like, bruh, I don't know, man. I just know too many people that have. It took them 30 years to be a different person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It took them their whole life just to realize this is that new version of themselves. So I'm not built like to discard of it. Black people one, but any human. Just like, okay, as long as you trying, I'm gonna leave the door crack for you.
Well, it's just, I think, the way that people perceive shit online, because it's like there's such a safety in being able to say something behind a computer, but when you have to look into somebody's eyes, like, you might not feel the same way.
Ain't nobody really got that dog in them like that half the time. That's why half your haters, you don't ever see them talking shit in front of you. You know, it's the same thing. It's like a lot of the internet, it leaves a lot of room open for the cowardness than to peek through, but it's always been busters out here.
Right.
You feel me? It's always been busters.
It's not a new word.
It's not.
Yeah. That's new?
No, it's not a new word. It's probably 40 years old.
Been.
Yeah.
Always been.
You just gotta keep the shit sucker free though, for real.
So who are you listening to? Like, who did you grow up listening to in the household? Were your parents playing music? Did you come from a musical background? How did your brother get into it and you get into it?
Shit, we was just my brother was just, obviously my parents was playing everything from fucking Steely Dan to Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just all the, like, literally everything. My dad is from the Midwest. He was super into jazz.
Where in the Midwest is he from?
It's like Chicago, St. Louis. Yeah. So, like, my mom, you know, just, it was so many different things. Like, a lot of just black music, though. Mm-hmm. And just a lot of, like, things that, you know, like, my mama hip like a motherfucker, so. But we don't come from no music backgrounds, you know what I'm saying? We come from YouTube and just, like, freestyles at lunch, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we come from. So, like, that shit just...
Did you guys used to go viral doing that?
Nah, we didn't have no iPhones. You feel me? Like, niggas, I graduated 2013, so, like, we didn't have no iPhones I didn't get no iPhone till after high school. I got an iPhone 4 in 2016. You feel me? So, like, we wasn't even on that, but we was just more so subconsciously studying this shit.
Right.
It's like studying, like, just, like, rap.
Right.
Niggas that just, like, underground niggas at that time that would just be popular for having bars. Like, going after school, looking up Big L shit for an hour. And you know what I'm saying? Just, like we in a sense, like, we just internet kids, like, for real, when it comes to that. Like, we didn't grow up with no technical, none of that.
What was your area like? Because I've been to the IE. You don't strike me as an IE nigga.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, demeanor wise, I haven't been around you long enough to tell. But just, like, you know, the way you dress, the way you act, like, so what was because you give me hipster type vibes. What was your area or your group of friends? What were you guys like? And how did you get to this, or were you always like this?
I've always been just
a little different?
Just a little, like, black sheep. Like, a little different, to be honest. But, like, in my friend groups, they was really always, like, I have my main friend group, which is just, like, my brothers and some people that I'm still around today. But, like, I've always been the type of kid where it's, like, I'm gonna kick it with these people over here. I'm kicking with these people over here. I'm kicking with these people, because it's like I don't know what it is. Like, I'm just myself, and it's like I've always just been authentic, regardless of where I'm at. If I'm living near the white folks, if I'm in the hood, it just don't matter. I'm just like, but honestly, like, what's always kept me solid and how I'm thinking is, like, what's going on inside the home.
Right.
You know, my parents and my family, my uncles, my family is so strong. But, you know, I'm hipster / cool hip square / you feel me? Just like a regular nigga. Like, I just am just a regular nigga.
Like, I know what you mean.
Like, you feel me?
You were like a basketball player, right?
Yeah, like, I hooped for my whole life, damn near, before this, but
I'm not surprised by that.
You feel me?
What was your game like?
I was very low post, 3-4, just, you know, facilitator, defender. I was scoring. I was pretty all around.
You play at you went to Chaffee?
Yeah, I went to Chaffee. I got hurt. I went to Chaffee about a year. I hurt my back there. I hooped at Claremont.
I wanted to go to Chaffee.
Chaffee was the shit. I used to be up there just popping it, just like for real, not in class. And I was like, oh, people don't care if I fail.
Right, because you're paying for it.
Right. I was like,
that was when I realized, like, what? I'm using my financial aid,
you
like,
feel
for this?
Let me buckle up. But yeah, now my childhood, yo, it was very like I was a decent kid. You feel me? I got in a little bullshit here and there, but I always stayed in my lane. That's the only reason I'm like high key even kept my mind and my life to this point. It's like this. I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like everything just. It just. I've just always been just like a dreamer, high key. You know, like I remember even being in high school and just it was a point in time where like that summer after high school, everybody trying to figure out what they trying to do. I was just like, we need to like, and then I realized, okay, nobody is even thinking this big or thinking outside of their box or like.
What were you thinking about at the time? I
was just thinking about like, yo, we need to like get something out here. We need to like, let's move around. Let's like, we like just realizing we have something special, just me and my friends.
Right.
But it was like,
did they make music?
Nah, but it was like some people was just
doing other
into
things.
Clothes or into this or like you feel me?
You guys had like some type of vibe going on, artsy shit going on.
You know, some people wasn't into nothing. Some people was just like trying to be a pimp. Some people was trying to go to college. Like it's a lot of just like, it was a lot of that to where I was just like, I think at a certain point I took a moment and just went by myself, high key.
Right.
And just was like linked up with some niggas in Rialto and just like, you feel me? Like that was creative that I didn't grow up with.
Right.
You know, just, I kind of just, it's all, I've always like, I could say fit in everywhere but nowhere at the same time.
Right.
You know, that's been a constant line through my life. Like, for real though.
Were there any artists, like whether they're musicians or otherwise, that you like looked up to when you were a kid?
When I was a kid.
Or like a teenager.
My first cassette I ever had bought for me was Shaq and Biggie cassette.
Oh, so You Can't Stop the Rain. Classic.
Yeah, so when I was a little boy, so like I grew up on all this shit. That shit was Lil B. That shit was jerking. That shit was like I was listening to everything. Like I can't even, from what's on the radio to like.
Did you listen to Hyphy?
The local homies? Nah, because I was more the Bay, you know?
But you know, people did, we listened to it in Bakersfield.
To Hyphy music? Mm-hmm. For real? We
went dumb.
It's kind of further north, though.
Mm-hmm.
No,
you know what I mean? It's closer.
Is their music,
that is true.
But it resonated to like our city, to where we were going dumb. Mm-hmm. We was shaking our dreads. I ain't had no dreads, but I still was shaking them.
Yeah.
Like it resonated.
That E40 shit definitely hit the E40
LA, and then Keek the Sneak,
all of that
shit.
Bakersfield, all of that.
Like, cause I don't know what it is. Like with Bakersfield, like we just resonate really close to the Bay when it comes to music.
Cause y'all like, I was
Central California.
Yeah. We're like before to y'all.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, all of that, and just like local people too, like. Like it's just niggas I went to school with, Bass Moses, like YD Dre, like just different people where I would just be like, oh, y'all niggas is like, this is hard. We was listening to Wiz and Currency. We was on that Piff, Lil Wayne, like,
right.
Feel me? I was like, first time I heard like a Drake mixtape. What was the one where he was at the table and he had the gold on?
Room for Improvement or Comeback Season?
There was one of them too. I think it was
Room for Improvement is his first ever one. That was with DJ Smalls. And then there's Comeback Season.
It was the one where he's sitting at the table with the gold cup.
Oh no, that's his tape. That's Take Care.
Yeah. Just shit like that. I remember just like I was in school, I was just low on credits, so I had to take like summer school classes. And I remember the homegirl let me use her iPod, and I just didn't have my iPod, and I just remember like just listening to all that shit, downloading all that
Me
shit.
too. I was listening to all that in that time too.
All of that. Like,
I liked all the Lil Wayne mixtapes on that pit.
Mm-hmm. But then it's like too, like listening to Dwelle, listening to like all the Dilla shit. My brother put me on MF Doom before I even was into rap like that. I was never no super hip hop cat. I was more so like, just like I kind of even treat how I approach music and my vocal approach like a singer, like. You know what I'm saying?
Just, I mean, you're singing a lot on the last record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, just like listening to Mary. It's always just been about feeling. It's never been technical, but yeah, I'm just like I've always just claimed the vessel state, right? Because I'm a combination of just like everything. Just
right.
what I'm a sponge, like everything from what raised me aside from music to like just like everything.
I like how you shouted out Billy Higgins in like World Stage. Yeah,
because Billy Higgins, like that's my like shout out my nigga Benjamin, right? All Money and Ben, that's his dad.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
People don't
like,
know it's like World Cafe.
Yeah, Lamert shit.
Yeah.
Like if you know, you know. But it's like, you feel me? Like it's just little shit like that to where people wouldn't even know, you know. But it's history too, and it's like Billy Higgins taught Terrence Martin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like
Reggie Andrews, like legendary educator. Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel that's like one of the things that's somehow gotten lost with the death of kind of like journalism or criticism.
Shout out Chase at Haroon though. He's doing a good job when it comes to just like maintaining that feeling in Lamert when it comes to just like jazz oriented things and just that feeling of warmth.
Yeah.
Shout out that nigga for real, because we need to preserve that, because that's really LA. All this gangbanging shit, all this like, I love Drakeo, I love all these niggas, I love all this shit is the culture. But it's like sometimes I be having to like think like what LA is as well, and it's like heavy jazz.
For sure.
Heavy
Central
jazz.
Avenue, yeah.
Like heavy jazz that can't. If that gets lost, like a lot of Black history gets lost.
I mean, there was like a blues culture there too. There was a place in Lamert called Babe and Ricky's that I think closed in like 2004. But it was like an old like, you know, blues, like, you know, like I think she was like from Mississippi or Louisiana, the people that ran it. Yeah, it was real cool. But
see, because that's like, you know, like I'm also realizing like when it comes to history, like African American history is kind of slept on when it comes to just like being like great grandparents coming from Mississippi to LA, and it's like, then what music, what culture are you bringing to here? You bringing all of that. You bringing all of that jazz. You bringing all of that blues, because that's the church. So it's like that's automatically here in the 70s before any gangbanging even starts. Then it's like you get into like everything else when it's like, okay, crack. You feel me? Yeah. And then it's like Black people, rebellion, voices we need to hear, NWA, different shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just all contributes. But where they was pulling from, we know where Drake was pulling from was that music we talking about. You know, that type shit.
Or like the NWA movie where one of the first scenes is he's listening to Roy Ayers.
But
you don't like the movie?
Yeah, I hate it.
Why do you hate it?
It's fucking corny, and it's
they're all corny. All biopics are corny.
It's not accurate. It's not accurate.
What do you? I mean, I don't like biopics in general, but I thought that was one of the better ones. Like, what didn't you like about it?
It was good because it was close. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah. Wait, are we talking about Straight Outta Compton?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I agree with you in general. Like, I would rather watch a documentary than watch like a Hollywood bastardized version of the truth.
Yeah, it's just,
but I thought that was one of the better bastardized versions of the truth.
I hear you. It's something about when that story get told when not everybody alive.
Yeah.
You know,
it just changes.
It changes because you're not gonna be able to get a valid perspective. How you gonna make a movie with Easy in and not talk to Easy? It's just shit like that. It's like I've seen too many Tupac movies. Afeni Shakur is dead. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful.
Did you watch the Tupac? That one was terrible.
They didn't even play that in Bakersfield.
It was
They didn't play Straight Outta Compton either.
Like, because it's kind of just like, I just feel a way about how stories is told. Like, when I die, I don't need nobody leaking no text messages. We didn't have none of that bullshit. Cause like, you don't even know if I really liked you like that. So it's like just different shit to where it's like, well, like, let people rest. Shout out Dre. But it's like, you know how many times Dre done hit bitches? Was that in the movie? Like, we gotta be real. That shit fake as fuck. Dre, like, was beating bitches up for the primary his career. Come on, bro. That was not in the movie one time. But then Miss L.A. had a movie it was in, but that ain't getting no love. That's what I'm talking about. It's like where the money at is what's popular, but that's not necessarily the truth.
Right.
That's what I'm on. So I just can't respect it. But, you know, rest in peace and get your chicken. But I just can't respect it, to be honest. It's just not. It's not pure. It's not pure or real.
I mean, do you think it's possible to like make like a pure like version of something like that?
Yeah, just tell the truth.
When people want to include like 100% of the things, sometimes they can just manipulate certain, like cherry pick certain versions of the truth that is true, but maybe not the best representation of the person's character.
Right.
In Dre's case, I think I agree with you. Like, there are too many documented instances of him doing some fucked up shit.
Like, and you like, shout out Drakeo, and Drakeo is like a legend because he come from that shit where it's like, Drakeo was also jerking. Drakeo was like, if you gonna tell the story, tell the story of how involved in the culture that nigga was before he was Drakeo the Ruler.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga's really about that. He was a skater / hood nigga / you know,
yeah,
like.
we were talking to Stupid Young before, and he, you know, they were talking about when he was in juvie with him, and then he banged on Drakeo, and Drakeo was like, I don't bang.
Right.
He just was a complicated person, you know.
It's like black people are so complex, and just people are so complex, but we boxed into these things that make sense to other people, but that's never a proper representation of what we're about. I always say that, like, it's many things we could be for us, but not to the public. We gotta fit in the box to work, and I'm just not with that. I've never been, like, I feel too much. Like, for real, like, it's just very not one way out here, and I just hate when it comes time to sell something. It just has to be, and I feel like sometimes it makes people take on this character.
You
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It makes people take on a character that makes money for them. When it's like, if you really know that person, you know this person is the silliest nigga ever, and all he do is play, and all we do is. But like, nobody else knows, and I just don't respect that. I feel like it should be more platforms that like tune into that, like this.
Thank you.
You know,
I mean, that was one of the goals, because it's like, you like rap, and like, I think it can become very easily cartoonish or pro wrestling to make it, and obviously you've had, and I think in all instances where, like, you know, whether it's a film, they'll be like, what's your elevator pitch, and you're like, usually the best things, like, I had a lot of trouble selling the book that I wrote because it couldn't be distilled. They're like, well, is it a novel or is it nonfiction? And I'm like, it's both, and that is complicated for a lot of people, and like, I feel like we're talking about like LA rap, I think is interesting too, because I always said Freestyle Fellowship was like the one that was constantly misrepresented.
Rest in peace, my uncle Ganja K.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Is that really your uncle?
That's really my uncle.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about him because I know you shouted him out.
That's really my uncle. Shout out Keyshawn. Rest in peace. Like, but it's like, you know, it's just so but also I realized, like, yeah, I've been having some conversations recently that honestly let me see how much we don't understand each other, you know, and like how much, even just like, I hate to divvy it down to this, but how like men and women are at a complete not understanding. It's because of how we've treated each other in the past, but also it's just like, I'm just thinking about leaving rooms for the feelings that somebody may have that you might not even know. Or just like, you know, I just appreciate people that pay attention and like listen and understand out here, because it's so, especially right now, just so much confusion. I think that has people that really see things the same way beefing. when it's really just like a communication thing. It's a lot of operating within traumas. But like, I just think it needs to be more room for people to be things for real. Like for real, like look at Nipsey, you know, look at like, just like, we could think of people outside of LA where it's like, who else that's just like a interesting character? Like, I don't know, like Kendrick. I think Kodak and Kendrick are the same amount of complexity. You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick can communicate better. You know, it's like,
or like NBA Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy is so amazing because he speaks up for all the people that don't know how to talk.
Yep.
Yeah, and
know?
It's crazy because I've interviewed him a few times. Like I was like probably his first interview, like when he was 16 years old, and it's insane because in interviews, if you watch him do interviews, like he it's very difficult for him to like express how he's feeling. But the minute he gets on a microphone, it just like pours out.
That's that vessel.
He's got me through so many. Listen,
come on.
I almost died at your concert on November 5th.
You're talking directly.
I have pictures of the bruises. The Mexican YNs. Shout out to the Mexican YNs that was standing next to me and held me up on them chairs. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I was close. I have to show you the videos. I was so close. And it was an outer body experience. I had literally 1 foot, 1 Timberland boot on the back of the chair, 1 boot on the front, 1 arm on the YN, 1 camera right here, and a drink in my hand, and I still film the best videos while performing them and enjoying the concert. And I don't give a damn. I'm 34 years old, top, and I'll see you next year. Don't even worry about it, Kentrell.
Yeah, that's her top 5, dead or alive.
Dead or alive. And I don't mind. Everybody was so fucking surprised. Like, I'm getting ready at my homie's house, and he's looking at me as I'm rapping these songs, and he's like, yo, you really listen to this nigga, huh? And I'm like, you never knew? He said, you never told me. I said, I keep it a secret. I don't know why I keep it a secret, but I don't know. Like, I just guess, okay, there was a point where like he was popular when he came out, and then there was a point where like he just overly, like, everybody just dick rided him, and it was like, it pissed me. I have like It Never Broke Again. My keychain has Never Broke Again on it. Like, I really put on what? I have the clothes, like the whole 9. So for me, it was like, when the tour came, it was like, y'all bought the tickets too quick, and I didn't even get a chance to breathe. Luckily, I have connections in the industry, so I got to go for free. You know what I mean? But at that time, I didn't know if that was gonna be, a thing. So when it was the last LA / Anaheim show, I'm like, okay, come through November 5th. What are we doing here? I sent death threats to my friend and everything. I did. And he came through, and I just was like, wow. Because to me, it was like, I don't want to cloudy. Everybody was clouting NBA. Like, when they knew he was about to get out of jail, they were clouting the fuck out of him. And I'm like, no, I actually listened to this nigga, like, on road trips, going to places. Like, I know the music word for word. Like, these songs are actually like a part of my life. It just was too cloudy for me.
I feel you.
So I kept it a secret.
That's real.
But
that's real. That's you probably not the only one.
I showed my ass that night. Yeah. I had like a bruise right here. I think I broke my ribs.
Damn.
Honestly, like, or whatever the side thing is.
Damn.
To be fair though, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
exactly. And then I was down hungover
prom night.
for like 5.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Like, I was hungover for like 5 days. Mind you, only had 1 or 2 drinks at the show.
Man,
it was just.
I wish I went to prom. I ain't gonna lie. I still regret not going to prom.
Honestly.
I went.
Maybe you would have had a better experience.
Senior year.
Yeah, I never got around to that shit. But yeah, I feel you like that. Like every voices are just so important, yo. Everybody's voice is just so important. I'm glad he making music because like everybody communicates to people. You know, different people. Yeah.
And it was all different, like, races and walks of life at his concert. Like, so happy and excited the way I was. You niggas were the worst at his concert. You big ass nigga that stood away. I'm gonna have Will put your picture, because I got you on camera. I'm having Will put your picture on the screen. Your ass.
Have you seen this?
Exactly. Your ass knows you was wrong for not letting Trish get in front of you. You wrong. He was like, I'm like, my homegirl, she Filipino, she like this big. I'm like, can she go in front? Cause I'm in the back, I could see. He like, oh no, I can't see. Nigga, you're taller than me. Why do you want to see him so close? He's sweaty. He has no shirt on. Let me see. Like, I need to grab the shirt at this point. He threw some stuff in. It was a lot.
Yeah, you know.
I'll see you next year, Control.
Hey, you know, unfortunately, like, it's a lot of nigga groupies out here.
Yeah.
That'll probably do more than, you know.
Yeah, because they be like that at Little Baby's concerts too. Sure. Oh, and who else is that one? Low Shimmy.
Oh,
they act up at Low Shimmy.
Low Shimmy bring the bitches out though, but also, but
But the niggas he brings out, they be with no shirt on too.
Low Shimmy go crazy.
I love him.
He go crazy. He go crazy.
What do you feel like inspires the sound?
Shit, what inspires the sound? I think what inspires the sound is like the root of shit. What inspires the sound, yo? It's the sound is constantly changing, but it's like I would say the root of it is just like the first time I heard that Duele Papa intro, like what inspires the sound is how Jill Scott does her in betweens, like even Party Next Door, how he like on Colors, how he like sequenced the project. You know, just little shit to where it ain't even necessarily like I'm from here, I'm a West Coaster to the core, but it's like at the same time it's like a lot of this shit I don't feel. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit I don't feel, but I know where it come from. Right. You know? So it's like all this shit inspired me. Like I was in high school when I was a freshman, it was like this nigga was trying to get me, my brother was trying to get me to bump Kendrick, but then I was bumping Just Read Up. Right. YG, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like all this shit raised me, man. All this shit raised me, and it's kind of at this point like hard to pinpoint like my influences. Like I wasn't really, like I said, like my brother was more into like MF Doom. I was more into like I got into music late, honestly, too. But I was just like all this shit inspired me, like, but just more so what inspired me to create was just like feeling that I needed to release. And then the soundscape came like all organically. I remember my boy Vic D, he go by Comfy God on Twitter and shit, but like that was the first nigga to ever make a beat for me. He from Rialto. If I didn't, I met him at Chaffee. You know what I'm saying? But he put me on. He is really a music head from like Bad Brains to Mad Libs to the, like he really know what time it is just with all this shit. He really put me on game with just what to be bumping. Then it's like my nigga from Rancho Cucamonga, last name David, who I still work with today. It's like these, like I'm only as good as what's around me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like. So
you're a product of your environment.
I'm a product of my environment on every scale, from like niggas being on shit that I knew I wasn't about to like these niggas bumping the eclectic Mac DeMarco white boy music. Right. To like what my parents is bumping, like to like being in Virginia in the summer and my uncle slapping Carter 3. Right. You know, like it's like music for me personally is attached to a visual. Right. It's like it brings back, it's nostalgic for me. And that's why I listen to the same songs a lot.
Me too. You know? Oh my God. Are you an Aquarius?
I'm a Pisces. Yeah.
When's your birthday?
22nd. Coming up, February.
I get along with Pisces that are at the end. I'm the 10th of February.
Okay, yeah.
And
Aquarius.
Pisces that are beginning of March. But I'm the same way. Yeah. Like, I'll go through phases where not that long ago, I wanted to live like mentally still like in that whole Disney Channel phase. And I listened to Hilary Duff and like So Yesterday and that shit for like weeks. I'd go through those phases, and I had a Paramore phase and a Linkin Park phase not that long ago. See, and I was so stuck in like my white moments as a child because I had them a lot.
I'm mad that sometimes I wonder how I would be if I had like a Linkin Park, like Green Day phase. I just missed that.
You didn't have
it? I didn't have that.
Oh my God.
Like what did
How didn't you?
I was bumping like.
I wouldn't have been able to survive without Linkin Park, bro.
I'll try to
for real. Like I was
liked
so.
Linkin Park. Sorry.
I was what, Jeff?
No disrespect to the dead, but
okay,
it's
rest
not
in
my
peace,
thing.
Chester.
Yeah, no disrespect.
Listen.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah, but not
yeah,
my thing.
he killed.
I don't understand.
It's always too like
bad habits, numb.
I don't know
what I've done.
I'm sorry.
How could you not
rap
like
rock sucks.
It's just not.
Like, it's like not like it can be done.
It does, but the
like
way that
Seafood
they
did
it,
like,
yeah,
that was
like
cool.
it,
the
like,
way they
shout
did
out
it,
to
I
homies.
felt like
Yeah.
like you can't. So you don't fuck with Paramore?
Those
piss me off now, Jeff.
Those are well written songs, but not for me.
Okay, but
it's
like
well-written.
You don't like Paramore?
But like,
how am I gonna be listening to Paramore?
But like, we fuck with Bjork.
No, Bjork's amazing.
You know, we fuck
Bjork
with Bjork.
Bjork
like,
is future.
See, and I don't even listen. I don't know who that. I know who that is.
She's like,
she's
it's
the
like
future.
It's
wait.
like, music is like.
What's the song she has?
There's something. Yeah.
Yo, let's like. It's so like.
What does Bjork have?
Bjork has like
bangers.
Like it's.
Have you listened to Post?
Yo, it's this album that she has with this. It's like this pink cover, and it's like she's in the middle, and it's like I listened to it on CD, so I really don't even.
I'm gonna have to go listen.
But
to
yo,
it.
I'm gonna send a picture, like, and I'm gonna hit the group message with a picture, like, of this CD. Then y'all need to.
Because
you would fuck with that if you had a phase, like.
Yeah, I still go through those phases because
yeah.
it's like it brings me back to like a different type of time. Or I just had seen something on Instagram that was like, you know, I'm from the era where we walked around screaming out Dave Chappelle quotes from the start. Like,
literally,
I would walk around screaming out unity, cold blooded, never should have gave y'all niggas money, and fuck your couch, and darkness. Like, these are my favorite lines. Like, that type of stuff. It keeps you in that moment because a lot of things are changing, and then this generation don't know about.
Well, there's no monoculture anymore.
Yeah, they don't know about Dave Chappelle.
They don't
Season
know.
1 and 2,
they don't know about
or the Boondocks.
They don't know about it.
Like,
they also only know. They don't know about like a lot of things from that. Like people, like, you know, I just don't want to bring this nigga up. But like, when I think about Dave Chappelle, like all them, like I think about like all them skits that we had to sneak and watch. I think about like R. Kelly. I think about like.
Oh my God!
So you know what I'm saying?
I love that one.
It was
Prince one.
it was saying the Prince shit. Like I think about
Rick
Charlie
James,
Murphy.
You can't forget about Rick James.
Financial. He had so many funny.
Let me tell you, Jeff. Have you noticed in the dashboard of my car, it's Dave Chappelle as Prince, the air freshener?
Oh, that's funny.
I've had it for years. My cousin gave it to me for Christmas. It smelled like pancakes from Zoomies, and I just keep it in the dashboard of like the top of my car. But yeah,
fun. Motherfuckers get rich and old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's rich. Like, like when you're worth, because people don't, he's probably worth like $200 million. Like, he's crazy. Yeah, he's really rich.
They silenced Chappelle, and that's what, I have to tell Chappelle's story, because I was there in real time. They silenced him. Those motherfucking 2 seasons were way too real for TV.
No, I think he just was like famous.
And they took him off the air.
No,
like,
I mean, that's not how it happened.
Yes, it is, Jeff. They were trying to dumb the skits down.
It was too real.
Exactly.
It was too real.
And he didn't want to dumb them down.
It was too real.
It came to a point to where you either dumb them down or you
or
leave,
you
and he chose to leave.
No, don't get me wrong. I respect him leaving.
He chose to leave. They were too real.
It gets to a point to where I think the same thing happened to Aaron McGruder for Boondocks. It's like,
yes, exactly.
You feel me?
So
saying the shit he was writing about, it was just like, okay, that shit would not be able to go right now.
No.
Like Dave Chappelle, his shows would not be able to go right now.
Like saying on camera, on regular Comedy Central, that niggas is having a nigga moment.
Yeah, right.
That cannot go right now.
Right.
At all. But we loved it.
Well, I think I'm sure there is like a lot of cognitive dissonance of doing the kind of things that he's doing, and then you have a meeting with a bunch of all white Comedy Central executives and the one token black guy in the room, where you're, like they're like looking at it. You know what I mean? Like there is like, but there's a lot of those. Like, well, Chuck English had an interesting tweet. This is like about TV and shit the other day, and it was like he was like saying he's like these motherfuckers would have canceled the second season, The Wire after the second season.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the crazy thing
about
the
Vince Staples show got canceled.
Exactly right. Yeah, perfect.
Did he get canceled?
Yeah. But what's interesting about it is like not to say that I'm like so well connected in the TV world, but I've had like my share of meetings and stuff. And like one of the things I wanted to do was write a kind of like a TV show based on kind of like with Drakeo, like about his life and kind of rooted in The Wire. And there was going to be a Jerkin season. You know what I mean? Really? Like it would have been, because that's how you could have told the story, like how The Wire had the season where the kids are in school. Like you could have, you know, and like I had multiple, you know, managers, agents be like, yo, never mention The Wire. I'm like, why would I never mention The Wire? It's one of the greatest shows ever. And they'd be like, A, none of these executives have even seen The Wire. And second of all, it had pretty low ratings. So they think it's like, you know, so that's why, like, it's like you can't even mention it in a TV pitch meeting because you won't get anywhere. Which is
that's not productive in itself. I'm gonna be honest. That's not even productive because like, once again, it just leaves room for a certain amount of stories for just one type of story. But like,
for sure,
that sucks. Yeah, that it sucks to know that like so much shit falls on deaf ears too.
Yeah.
You know, like so much shit falls on. So nobody have to give a fuck about what you making. Nobody has to. And it's nothing wrong with that. But it's like when it's time to get money, you might have to meet with some niggas that don't necessarily all the way give a fuck.
Right. I was gonna ask. I mean, I think I first heard your music like when you were managed by Tarok.
That's my family, and to this day.
And we were going to
happy belated, right?
He hit me up about we did Don't Come to LA, the series, and I wanted to book you, and then we stopped doing it. Like, but you were on Def Jam at the time.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine that must have been a very creatively frustrating experience dealing with like Def Jam executives.
Creatively frustrating. Yeah.
Although the music you put out was pretty pure.
Cause can't nobody tell me what to do, and it's like that's what that really taught me. Like, it's like that process was like it was just like going to college, bro. Like I just learned so much, but like I didn't even know what it was to clear a sample. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little shit like that. Yeah. But it's like I appreciate that, but also that shit was just like. It just exposed me to like just what's really going on, I think, before a lot of like my peers even was like hip. I didn't even have nobody really talk to.
21 years old, 22 years old.
You feel me? Yeah. So like that's such like just a moment it's funny in my life. But it was very like I definitely, I definitely got my finesse song up there, but that shit was just kind of like what we talking about. But the thing with that though is like they had hit me up. I never like approached them.
Yeah.
So it's like shout out Mike Chavez. Like I remember they had reached out like on some SoundCloud DM shit before. I think Smile was fresh out, like, and then it was just like, I was working at the mall. It was very like, I was very much so not even thinking that direction, but kind of just like subconsciously manifesting it. You feel me? Within music, and it was frustrating for sure. Definitely probably need some therapy from that, but I just knew like I couldn't compromise.
That was when No ID was there, right? And he was like, I think trying to make...
That was when Paul Rosenberg was there.
Okay.
Yeah, so Paul Rosenberg was there, and then my last go around, I was with Tunji.
Yeah.
So like...
I would have figured he would have like understood.
Tunji understood. Paul get it too, though. Yeah. But it's like... I guess when I got there, I just realized, oh, these niggas have bosses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Answer to niggas.
These niggas got to answer to a nigga that actually like don't give a actually probably owns a mine in South Africa.
Yo, that's
you feel me? Like, you feel me? Like nigga don't give a fuck about us, and then I just realized like, oh,
what was it that they were trying to like? What was the disconnect between you and the label?
Like, yo, mind you, I was signed there before Benny the Butcher, before Griselda was a thing. Okay. So it was like it wasn't like. It was very like they're trying to follow the trend of Playboy Cardi. But it's like I'm really just a rap nigga.
Right.
And it's like just not necessarily, like, the tables have turned so much since the moments to where it's like, okay, it's actually like more hip hop than ever right now since I've been contributing to this game. But like in that moment, it was like Cardi was out. I remember it was this moment where they had signed 10 niggas that was just like Playboy Cardi to the label. And I remember talking to somebody about it. And I remember like a month later, they all got dropped and I was still over there. And then I was just like, it was just like, what are y'all doing? The building was constantly changing. But it was just like, I guess, frustrating. It's like trying to communicate to somebody not from your world. But then you just have to communicate that with actions.
Right.
You know? It just really taught me to just like how much I love this shit, to be honest. I almost like would die for this shit. Yeah. But I can say I had more of a martyr mind state at 21 than I do at 30. Cause I'm not gonna die for nobody. That's not what I don't love. And it's like I'm not gonna kill myself to like make something. Cause it's just not like, I don't have to. It's other ways like that can preserve your human. And it's like I noticed the space I just noticed the space I create from was very like, nigga, like, I could die tomorrow. I just need to get this out. Mm-hmm. And it's that just wasn't healthy for like, it just wasn't healthy for like, to be honest, me or anything around me. And I was young. It just took me a lot to like process that. Like,
so do you feel like you have some regrets from some of the stuff that you might have done or put out or something during that time?
Hell no. That's the blessing of it, that it's all me. It's always
It's kind of amazing that you got to put out those records on Def Jam.
That's why I'm just I have like, when it comes to, I have no regrets. I'm gonna come clean, cause I'm just like yo, I rap.
Right.
And I get paid to rap, bro.
Right.
Like, this is not, like, you feel me? Like, this is not regular. Mm-hmm. Especially for a nigga that ain't even, I consider myself a trendsetter. I'm not no follower. So it's like, I can never regret it, because I never compromised.
Right.
You know? If I would have compromised and did some bullshit, I would be sitting up here like not trying to even talk about it. But I always talk about Lil Big Man, and even God has a sense of humor. Because
you had Logi on a Def Jam.
Like, what? I had like what?
Yeah.
I had Logi, I had Liv, I had Pink Seafood on a Def Jam record. Like, you feel me? Like we was on Mad Lib beats, 48. You know what I'm saying? Like we was on Kareem Reagan beats. Yeah. So it's like I used, my intention was always just to use that as a tool to like be able to do what I want to do.
Right.
And for people to know that I'm going to go against the grain sometimes to do what I want to do.
Right.
It's kind of like that. That was so important to set the precedent for me with creating when it comes to like what people think about when they think about me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And with you doing that and you starting to make music and stuff and you're navigating in a different sound than what your city puts out, what LA puts out, how was that for you? Like, was there any trials and tribulations you went through at the beginning just trying to drop shit that wasn't necessarily the IE or the LA sound? Shit. You get what I'm saying?
I never begged for approval. Actually, like, I went to New York and linked up with Mike and Navin and what's 10K right now in 2018. Right. So it's like, you feel me? I always let my music connect me to who was here for me. I never really tried to fit in. So like, you know, like it was frustrating, but I can't say like my music, what you create, what the unspoken thing is, what you put out into the world helps you find your people. Right. If I made music like so and so, I would find them. Right. Because that's, you know what I'm saying? Right. But it's like.
It's also like my mom always says, what you put out in the world, you get back.
You feel me? In all realms. So, like,
you felt like you found your people, even though it may not have been the Cali sound or the niggas from Cali per se.
But then it's like, fast forward. I get hella respect out here for just like making things that was a little against the grain and like them sometimes working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part that is like, is not, I want to shine a light on right now because like Lil Big Man, like that's a classic rap album. Like even God Has a Sense of Humor wasn't nothing sounding like that. You know what? Everything is like I'm not creating. I'm never like creating like when I'm never looking and then being like I want to make that. I'm always just like, what do I want to make? And then it's like I really come from this. Like I'm really a SoundCloud rapper. You feel me? So it's like I already know who I want to work with. Like Imani Mari from LA. Like it's just like different people to where it's like, no, actually like what I'm a part of is really that Ross G shit. It's really like that like real LA shit. It's really like that real like that all that shit we was talking about with the world stage shit. It's really like all this shit is connected. Like, and it's always been so many different types of music coming out of here. I'm just one of them that do that. You feel me?
I mean, you mentioned Madlib, right? Like
Madlib from the Valley.
Yeah.
You feel me? Anderson .Paak from the Valley. Knowledge is from the Valley.
I mean, Alchemist grew up
Alchemist
here.
is from Beverly Hills and Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? It's just like, it's like we always been here, but shout out Alk because he's too one of them people where it's like never fit in but fit in because he made a sound that like was bigger than him.
Right.
You feel me?
I love your you should tell your Alchemist meeting him story, which is really funny. I read that. I was
what did you hear?
Oh, just you were at a 7-Eleven and he was on the other side of the glass or something.
Oh yeah, I was at a 7-Eleven.
Jeff hears it all.
Yeah, I was at a 7-Eleven and I was reaching. That's funny you heard about that. I was reaching to like get a drink in the glass and then it like wasn't any left. And then I look to get one and then I see him and he hands it to me. And I'm just
He's
like.
kind of mystical.
I'm just like, damn. And then, that's how I met, bro.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, I don't know, man. All this shit it's so much sound. I think that's one thing I hate about LA is it's not really built for the niche. It's always built for the West Hollywood, quote unquote.
100% true.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with the East Coast and even overseas so many different areas because they leave room for you to be more things.
Right.
You know? And that's important with expression. Like, you don't ever as an artist want to feel like you got to make a certain type of music. But it's, like, this nigga's getting to the chili off of that. You feel me? So who am I to say? I'm just a nigga.
Did you ever think about ever at one point in your life, rapping about riding it and getting it with a blick? I just want to know.
Man.
And if you did you ever make songs and where are they?
In the vault.
You did make them. I knew it.
In the vault. Nah. Yeah. I have a couple of those for sure. It's just all of that shit is just. Yeah, I definitely got a couple of those. There's so many songs that I think I want to speak on too, just like the part of making music, the process of feeling comfortable within your craft of expression. It might be songs you made that you just didn't feel comfortable releasing because it wasn't, you haven't expressed that side of yourself.
Right.
Yet, so it's like, that's a thing being an artist. It's really a journey because you really gotta make things to make things. You really gotta grow into this language, this expression. And, like, I was never the one with, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was, once again, I stayed in my lane. Like, drop me off.
I ain't going, nigga.
Take me home.
No, for real, me too. You want to go out free? No.
I'm gonna walk from here.
I'm gonna walk from here.
But like, I just always was, like that. People
But you have those friends around you.
Yeah, and like
but you don't want to write sometime maybe from their perspective.
Come clean, like, like yo, my family is not foreign to the bullshit. I'll just say that.
Okay.
So it's like, I always knew what I didn't want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I got cousins that's just now getting out of prison off of 25-year bids. Like, you feel me? Right now, and it's like, so like when you young and you grow up and you see people get stripped away from their family or get killed out here, just like being on that, it's like you kind of can. At least me, I'm just able to be honest with myself of like what my teachings are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I was taught, and as an individual amongst my brothers, like, it's like, yo, that we talking about systematic shit that like ripples through the black community and like takes a lot of fathers from their children, and you know, a lot of people hop out and their parents is dead, their life has changed, and it's like I always just claim to be just like, I always just try to be a cool nigga, like just be myself, yo. Like I don't want no. I'm not gonna start no shit. I'll finish some shit, but I'm not gonna start no shit out here because I'm not no. Like yo, it's just like I want to be more.
Right.
You know, I want to be more. I want to be more for the next person to be more.
Right.
You know, so it's like I don't want to tell the same stories because that ain't my story.
Yes, and we're tired of hearing them.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
Like,
you had a good quote that I wanted to ask you about. You're like, I know what it's like to choose instead of life making decisions for me.
That part. I do know what it's like to choose. I also know what it's like to choose the wrong thing sometimes, you know? And then know to choose the right thing from choosing the wrong thing.
What was like an example in your life where you found that out?
So many things, just like it could be fucking with the wrong type of bitches. It could be just kicking it with homies that are just like not watering the right side of me, or just like being too curious. But it's like just growing up, like just wanting to, just like without being all in details and shit, just like doing things to realize like I ain't trying to do that. Like I think just try to stay alive. Like I'm just trying to be here, just trying to live, not trying to like. I'm trying to take risk in different ways. That's one thing I can just say. I
also wanted to ask you about and I'm not trying to like. You mentioned an ayahuasca trip in an interview, which I've also done ayahuasca, so I'm not trying to be like, tell me about. I've had my fair shares of journeys through the psychedelic wilderness.
You know about ayahuasca? It's like
it's a crazy experience.
It's basically just like for a simpler term, meditation, but it's like you're in induced meditation where it's like you go to Temecula and get fried basically until
it's like what, like little. Like shit you inhale or what?
Nah,
is it?
tea.
It's a tea.
It's a tea.
You vomit.
Oh, like in Zoolander?
Kind of.
You know what I'm talking about?
Given to the power of the tea.
Movie, but
Mine too.
I'm like, I don't.
They took the tea and they got high that night.
That might have been shroom shit. That might have been.
Remember?
Shroom.
No, ayahuasca is like, it's a whole sacred ritual. It's actually like the Shipibo tribe and various other South American Amazonian tribes.
He said.
I know what you're talking about. That's really my shit. They was drinking mushroom tea. I think
it's my favorite movie.
Yeah, I love Zoolander. Oh my god,
we should have a separate podcast about Zoolander.
I have a T-shirt that says like I'm really ridiculously good looking, and I got it from like fucking Spencer's years ago.
Yo,
and is Spencer still open?
Hell yeah!
Shout out to Spencer's. Who's keeping you open?
I would hope. Shit, I would hope.
My Chemical Romance fan.
Right.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, probably the people that was bumping Green Day and Paramore. Like y'all keeping them alive. Yeah. No, but
I just don't believe you didn't have one of those phases.
What? Just I swear I didn't.
You had one.
What was my phase? Like I went through like when I was I feel like when people was going through that, I was like bumping Young Dro, trying to wear polo and be preppy.
Yeah,
like,
I liked Young Dro.
You know, but like
there was a great Lucid tweet the other day, which he's like, my emo was Onyx.
Yeah, like,
and I was like, I felt that. I was like, I know exactly.
But
what
on
you
the
mean.
flip side, it's like niggas is really
MOP.
emo.
Yeah, like MOP is kind of emo in its own way because it's does your anger become sadness or rage?
I was on my Kid Cudi shit.
Okay.
You feel me? I was on my Kid Cudi shit instead of that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You couldn't go that far.
Yeah, I was
he was the borderline.
Yeah, Kid Cudi was still like, yeah.
In Linkin Park's defense, they did do that whole, remake and retake with Jay-Z. And he tweaked the songs. But I like the original versions better.
Some of the early shit was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought that was bullshit where Jim Jones was talking about like, oh, he's responsible for Cudi blowing up. You're like,
when he did the Day and Night remix?
That's not true. I feel like he was already kind of
Mixtape era.
Yeah, people liked Cudi.
That Crooker's remix like blew him up outside like everywhere.
Yeah, and that Lady Gaga joint, the poker face. Yeah, nah, Cudi, I was out of here when he first started. But yeah, ayahuasca, a serious thing though. I need to do it again.
You just did it once.
I just did it once, and it just connected me different. You know what have y'all seen X-Men?
Which one?
Any of them.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Okay, this is what I like to think of it as. You know how when Professor X went in that space and he was tapped into his zone?
Yes.
And he was able to
the cerebral.
see, everybody and feel where everybody was. That's what it was for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like everybody that you love or came in contact that was substantial. Like it almost helped me just like tap into like their heart and mind.
People that were dead too?
It's like you feel like a universal consciousness kind of thing. It's like
people.
Yeah.
Only alive.
I had some like real like ancestral conversations.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But
it's sacred. Like
it's sacred. And I hate that they gentrify shrooms because that's really, we can't let them gentrify these medicines, bro. I swear that's
shrooms being a medicine.
For real.
I've never done it.
It's like it's like optimizing your performance.
I know people that like it.
Shrooms say Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson would probably be in prison right now if it wasn't for shrooms. I'm gonna come clean. That's a crazy man. But really, like,
people forget he bit someone's ear off, and I don't.
I don't forget that.
That was a thing in our childhood, but a lot of people now don't know he bit a nigga ear off.
Mike Tyson's a perfect example of the complexity you're talking about because it's like he's like a poetic spirit who raises pigeons and stuff.
But was forced to fight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Almost like it's a language. Like it's deep like that. Like the spaces that you allow to be. That's why like idle time is so important because you might just want to tend to pigeons and be soft, but like you can't be that anywhere else. Yeah. You can't be that anywhere else. You gotta have like a nurturing space though, for sure. Whatever that is.
We talked about this the other day. Did you think of an unpopular truth?
Oh shit. I got two. One of them is super out of pocket, but it's true. But it's true though. One of them is a little bit more politically correct.
Do the ratchet one first.
All right. I just feel like if you have sex with a man in prison, that's still gay.
Yes. Yes. It's a thing. Like, it's like a culture in prison to where it's like, in their minds, they are not gay. I'm doing it to fill the time. And they're thinking in their mind that they're not gay because we're just doing this to fill the time. We have no other choice. I'd rather you go try to fuck a CEO bitch or something versus that. Try to go fuck the bitch that's bringing in the food and shit. Try to go fuck somebody else. They do thinking, and they get out and they go back to their everyday scheduled program and they'll see the nigga they was fucking on the street. He know not to tell. He knows not to tell. He knows. They all know not to tell. Ain't nobody telling. Now, I feel like in LA County and shit, that shit ain't happening. But in them ones in different states where them niggas is in them bunks where it's like the sheets is hanging up. So thank you. I love that unpopular truth.
Yo, I'm just
You're gay,
saying.
nigga.
I'm just saying.
You're gay. I'm just like, because it's like it's a thing, Jeff. They think they're not gay. He knows.
It's really a thing.
I've been waiting.
It's a real topic, and it's like I knew what that was gonna do. That's why I wanted to say it second. But like real spill though, like that's that's as far as I was to go with that.
Yeah.
But like, and then the second one is if Mona Lisa was if she was if pictures were invented when Mona Lisa was alive, she wouldn't be a painting, she would just be a picture.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. I think about that a lot too, because I think that there's a lot of like mystery and like enigmatic qualities that we in like a portrait painting that have kind of lost, like with just like a random you know what I mean, like where it's like people were painting portraits of people for hundreds of years and
those were real people,
amazing. And like you can see the qualities of a face, whether it's like you can just see something. I mean, it's like there's a famous quote I always think about where it's like, by the time a man is 40, he gets the face that he deserves.
What that mean?
Yeah, because it's like don't you ever see people when they're fucking old and they're just hideous looking and they're like, you're like, damn, the evil inside you corroded you.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like, and you're like, you evolve into like who you
are, what you look. You look like what you are.
Yeah, like point. Eventually, like it becomes like if you have like a bad soul, like it'll just
That's real.
Yeah,
that's real. But yeah, those are my two things could be true thing. But no judgment.
I was gonna do some like lightning round before we go. Gotta get those fucking clips, Maxo. Gotta get those fucking clips.
Come on.
Hey, we live in a depraved, demonic society.
Come on,
his unpopular truth is a lightning
My
round.
unpopular. I hate everything.
Like, that was some lightning round shit.
Yeah. All right. I know you're a Prince fan. What are your favorite Prince songs?
Ballad of Dorothy Parker.
That's a good choice.
And I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on, one sec. It's what's this song called? Ballad of Dorothy Parker and Somewhere Here on Earth. Yeah, those are my joints from Prince. Shout out the little nigga.
What is it about Prince that you like so much?
Did you say shout out the little nigga?
Shout out that little nigga, yeah. Little
Shout
fly
out
nigga.
Prince.
Big basketball fan.
Big hooper. But
Blouses win.
Yeah, for
I'll
real.
never
Do
forget
you know
it.
the famous story about Prince where he would like sometimes he'd go for like a really like long guitar solo and he'd have the like if the playoffs were on, he'd have the NBA playoffs at the side and he'd just like go for a solo and just watch
crazy.
the game.
Oh yeah.
Prince
Prince was a real one, man. For real. But what you were saying, what do I fuck with?
Yeah, why do you love Prince so much? Yeah,
I just fuck with how Prince was a black man, but with so many things. Like, he represented the complexities and expression that we are talking about. Without Prince, wouldn't be no Lil B, wouldn't be no Thug, wouldn't be no Weezy. You know what I'm saying? Just different shit to where it's like, like, Prince was really, like, so special because in that time he was the most, Prince is the most comfortable artist other than like, Prince is one of the most comfortable artists ever.
Right.
Like
in his sexuality.
I think he's like
in his everything.
I think he's like up there with Mozart.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like
people
Prince
talk about
is
Mozart.
God, Prince is like,
he knew who he was and he didn't mind.
you feel me? And
Butt
that's,
cheeks out,
you feel me? And like
blouses. I loved it.
I love that shit. And it's like that, because that's just, I just fuck with, individuality. And it's like, yeah, if that, like, that coming from that vessel, it's just like, nigga, this Prince, yo.
Right.
He made the Batman bat dance. Like, he could do anything. He could do anything.
Come on, Prince.
And he was a particular bougie ass nigga too. And I think that's what I loved. He was like, bitch, get off of me.
Yeah,
type.
exactly.
Like, ho, your hands are dirty.
Exactly.
Like, a lot of niggas are not like that.
Exactly.
These niggas is just too happy. Prince was not
friendly,
happy.
Too friendly.
Prince was like, bitch, get down on the floor. Like,
You know when
for real.
Prince would do interviews, he wouldn't let the interviewer record it. So like they would like.
So it'd be pointless.
No, but I mean they would be like frantically transcribing notes in the bathroom because he didn't.
Hilarious.
Because I think he didn't want people to hear what his normal speaking voice sounded like.
Oh, I've heard it on a couple, but you're right. He don't have that many talking ones.
Yeah, unless he's on TV or something.
That's interesting.
Yeah. He would always say he would just.
Because didn't he kind of talk like really like this?
But he kind of talked like this.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
little
like a deep
bit.
voice,
He would be like this all the time, and like.
Did he ever admit to doing any drugs?
Oh yeah, Prince was a perk guy.
Okay.
I feel like he died off of.
Yeah,
Perks was a thing back then?
Hell
Or what were
It was
they?
only like 8. It was 2016, so it's like 10 years ago.
Hell yeah.
He died of a lace It was like a fentanyl. He didn't know the fentanyl was in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Prince was a real rock star. Like Prince was, Prince knew he was living like Future.
Yeah.
For real.
All right. What best tacos in LA?
Best tacos in LA is off Washington and Arlington.
What's
by
the
the
name?
Chevron gas station. It's a Leo's, but it's not the Leo's off of La Brea and Pico.
What's your order?
A carne asada burrito or just like 5 tacos, carne asada. I'll be staying away from that pastor. But also, taco truck. Yeah, we gonna have to. It's some good ones though. But that's my go-to. Is also up the street for me. Yeah. So, that's the one.
If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do?
Shit, I'll probably take some ecstasy right now, and then probably just like go. I would call like an Uber to like Malibu, and then I would go out there, and then probably from there I would book a plane ticket to like somewhere far, like tropical, and I would just invite like invite my bitch out there and just have a great time, for real. I think but I'm incorporating that flight time. So maybe I wouldn't book a flight. I would go to the strip club. I would just honestly live the most.
Which strip club?
All of them. I would honestly live the most. Like, you would not like me. If it was my last 24 hours, I would be hell. You would not fuck with me. I'll be honest. I would be a terrible person. Like, bring me every drug, everything, like, bad.
I feel that's the time to try heroin.
Like, I'm not touching my veins. I'm not touching my veins, but I sip some lean.
Yeah.
I'll definitely sip some juice. Like, yeah, I'm going up in my last 24. What?
I know you're a DJ Quick fan. What is your favorite DJ Quick album?
Do I have a favorite DJ Quick album, or do I just have favorite DJ Quick songs? Use a Gangster, Safe and Sound. I think, what was that one where he was on the cover and it was red, he had the hat on, he was just like, it was more so just a profile picture of him.
The first Quick as the Name?
It was like, Quick as the Name is hard. I honestly am such a fan of like Quick's production too, though. Like, he's I think him and Daz Dillinger are the most slept on West Coast producers ever. They had like a lot of Pac hits, you know what I'm saying? A lot of Tupac songs.
One of my unpopular truths is that Quick is better than Dre.
Oh yeah. Quick is who Dre called to get the shit right.
Yeah, like he did the hi-hats on In the Club.
Quick, it's the same thing where it's like,
or it was the snares or something. It was like he did something on it.
But that's why it's so good when you just do your shit, because it's like, then you gonna get hit up off of what you do. If it's not genuine and authentic to you, you gonna get hit up off of something you might not even want to create because it's not authentic. But like, in Quick example, or like in Alchemist example, or like in Kareem example, or whoever, Q-Tip, great producers like Quincy, like, you gotta call these niggas to get your shit to that level. You feel me?
Yeah.
And Quick is a legend. I remember quick story. I remember I was making, was it Lil Big Man? And I was at this studio in Burbank. I pull up and Sugar Free and DJ Quick is there. And the homie that was my engineer, JP, I'm nervous as hell. And he like, I call him in here. I'm like, oh, you gonna call him in here? So I'm like, he go get him. I'm like, he go get Quick. I'm like nervous as hell. I'm like, I have this song called Quick Told Me that I wanted to play for him. And he gave me the blessing on it to use it, but it was just great. He pulled up like the most humblest cat. He was like, I wasn't talking much, and I was just kind of just taking in the moment. He was like, wherever you from, man, he was like, just put on for your people and yourself. Like, fuck all this. He just gave me some real nigga advice, like, to like, and it was just so genuine. And then he made a joke. I was like, I hope you don't mind me using this. And he was like, I'm gonna need 1,500, and he was like, I'm playing. And I was like, you like, I love DJ Quick, but I didn't get to meet Sugar Free though. But I definitely, that story will forever live with me. I got to play DJ Quick. Quick told me before it came out.
That's amazing.
Just off of him organically just being at the same studio I was at. You know, that's just real. That's real rap that you not even gonna know unless you know. Here, like for real.
Yeah, he's one of the great genius. Like I got to do a cover story on him once, and it was just like you just would ask one question and he would talk for 2 hours, and everything would be like brilliant.
Like it's and we got to take it. You know, we got to treat the historians right of this shit. You know, like y'all historians of this shit. You feel me? Where it's like, and y'all continue to be, but just people that like were here actually, and like when you ask them, they can tell you rather than just rambling or just like fake shit. It's like, yo, nah, Quick was actually there through all the Tupac shit. Nah, like y'all actually seen Drakeo come up. Like no, like you feel me? Like it's not no fan shit. It's like that's why this shit is so important, bro, because I think Los Angeles needs different type of coverage, yo, because there's so much cool shit that goes out here and so much history. And so many people that a lot of niggas bit.
Yeah.
To be honest, like a lot of niggas bit our swag. Let's come clean about it. Period. You can watch the Diddy documentary. He been hating on Tupac, but Tupac was from Baltimore but wanted to be over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just this thing we have that's contagious, that's never gonna go away, that's influential. And like, well, I'm forever put on for it. Like, I'm forever gonna put on for the coast, cause what we so regular, you forget we irregular. You feel me? That's real game. Like we real aliens out here just blending in. So like, I'm always about us for real. Yeah. And rest in peace, my nigga Reaper Mook too.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about he incredible talent. For real, who kind of like I think. In the same way, didn't really get the attention that he probably deserved. Because it was like, when he died, like, I was looking for other, I mean, my site was the only site I think that did an interview with him. And it's
Thank you for that, bro.
No, not to brag. I mean, it's tragic what happened. We talked at one point about, like, working together, and he was, like, he was, like, somewhere between, he was, like, an old soul, like, blues singer almost.
When I tell you Mook could have been, it's like, if Mook pulled up in a 3-piece suit every day you seen him, he would still be able to be who you seen. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, like, it's, what am I trying to say? Like, he's an example of somebody, Mook is a prime example of a man that really knew how to humbly empower his community. Like, that's a special soul, bro. And it's like, I was talking to my nigga now about this the other day, where it's like sometimes you really don't. It's sad how you don't get the credit you need sometimes until you go on. I don't think that's ever fair because, like, bruh, it's like that's a Mook, a real pillar that we gonna keep alive for real.
How did you meet him?
I just met him through Seafood, and then but like buying weed, and he just was selling me weed, and then I just was like, you know, like I'm a Pisces, he a Leo, so we get to chat, and I'm like, okay, this nigga kind of cool, and then it just like turned into like me pulling up to the hood in Long Beach and just kicking it with him, and just like just I'm that type of person. Like if I fuck with you, I'm gonna just pull up where you at and kind of just thug it with you high key, and it's like yo. Special individual. Shout out Stray Dog. Shout out Vinny. All my Long Beach cats, man. Like motherfucking Dez.
Yeah, shout out Dez.
Shout out. You know, Crime Wave. Like nigga. Like that's really that. You know, like that's we got connector angels out here, and you know, and that Mook, like I'm just even honored to you know, have been known, bro.
Yeah, he was a genuinely authentic person.
I don't, you know, like I don't want to personalize my experience with him in my life because I know he affected so many people with his energy, and it's like, you know, that's a real pillar forever. I'm never gonna be another nigga like that ever. So like, you know, that's real shit though. That's real shit.
Do you guys have any songs that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah! I got a song I want to put on my next project too by B Butcher.
That's cool. Yeah, what have you been working on right now?
I'm recording. You know, I'm in a mode of like studying though at the same time, just trying to expound my perspective. But I've been recording. I always got music, but it's starting to formulate. So, you know, I plan to have something soon for the people. But I'm always gonna take my time. I don't want to just rush to put something out to do it. But I'm gonna run it up though. We definitely cooking.
When you say study, like what? How does that like manifest it in your own?
Study is just like watching. Sometimes like people from outside of your world talk for an hour and a half on YouTube.
Yeah. Cool.
And reading some things and just, you know, just studying different like artists that's outside of my expression. Mm-hmm. That's really, it really helps just like get out of this whole world of rapping that makes you compete with your people, and really it's just like gets more into I've been trying to just dial more into the root of just like, let me just be specific and express something specific, because like I have no urge to compete. I feel like we in an industry, it's just like where it's just like a whole bunch of Mandingo fights. And it's like you
and I know what a Mandingo
on some slave shit. You know what a Mandingo is?
I know what a Mandingo is.
On some slave shit, for real. It's like, it's crazy, for real. It's crazy out here, but you know, it's an ego thing. It's an ego thing. For real though. But yeah, that, like, I went to, this is just something surface that I feel like everybody should have went to, but it was like this Noah Davis exhibit at the Hammer Museum. Noah Davis is a person from the city too, from Los Angeles, Cali native. And it's like, he's just an artist that just like is about the feeling. I just am about the feeling. Like, I think all that rap beef shit, I'm tired of niggas dissing, yo. What's that girl name that is the radio host? Gina?
We don't know her.
No.
I don't know her personally.
I just know that she like was in Draco's trial for like getting him in trouble.
Oh, okay. Look. Okay. I'm bringing her. I brought her up just because like I want to just say personally, like, entertain something that doesn't have to do with black people beefing with each other. You know, like every person that is in that seat, like, of like shining light on the culture. What's that dude named? Jean Paul. You know, people that really have an opinion but really choose to cater towards the way. I hate using this platform for this, but like I don't do many of these interviews, so I just want to get this clear. Like, let's make like let's set a different precedent out here with what we watering for real, because this shit about the future, and we don't want niggas like just feeling like they have to beef to get into a door. Because there's really so many other ways to get here, and just in spaces. So, like, you know, just everybody doing this, like, whether it's a podcast, interview, whatever the fuck. It's like, just like, please, like, let's stray away from, like, the beefing part, yo. Please, a little bit.
I mean, because it does get people killed. I mean, that was
people
the thing with
die.
Like,
people die. That's the part where it's like, that part kind of exceeds the fandom, you know?
Right.
Like, you just have to be content with, sometimes it won't be the most profitable.
And
you know?
Like, and I mean, I always tell you, you know, some things, when you're doing things in the organic way, and your organic light is going to resonate as it resonates. You know what I mean? You cannot force someone to view something. You can't force somebody to watch it. You can't force somebody to like. All you're responsible for is what you put out in the world as far as what they see.
Exactly.
And that's what I prided myself on with my own channel independently when I had Free World Order. I still have Free World Order.
Facts.
You feel me? I still have it. I just haven't dropped an interview in a while. But I prided myself on giving real organic interviews. There's so much shit that I cut out those interviews. I still have the original footage, and it could put a lot of niggas in jail, could start a lot of rap beef. Niggas have called me after, like, hey, cut that out. Certain different things, and I think that's why now, 5-6 years later, after my channel's been solidified for so long, I still have relationships with all the niggas that I interviewed.
Because you're real.
Because I'm real. Down to Stupid Young coming in today, you feel me? Like, you know, so you got to remember when you are in these spaces that we have voices.
Yeah, exactly.
And other people don't have that voice.
Exactly. And you hit that shit right on the head. Like,
I understand what you're saying.
You feel me? Like, we really got a lot more power than we acknowledge in these spaces. And I just want us to remember that.
Like, impact isn't something that you can measure in statistics or influence or, like, cultural, you know.
It's not something that you owe, but you should stand for something regardless of what your impact is.
Are you a
follower? You just a buster. In my opinion, like, we not moving off of how we impact. We moving off of what's genuine and what's up, and that's up to God what happened with that. But, like, yeah, I just wanted to say that. And I appreciate y'all for, you know, doing, like, justice with y'all platform, because
thank you.
It's important. It's important.
Thank you.
It's important.
Yeah, well,
we're glad that it's because, you know, we do have our 1-2 on here. I'm a little bit more spicy than Jeff and Vic, you know, with what I say, but
it's cool.
I'm glad that it's noticed that we're not trying to just be, you know what I mean? Like, there's a way to do it. Like, I'm blunt as fuck.
Well, you don't want to be boring. Nobody wants to be boring.
That's my personality, you know, but I'm glad it's recognized and noticed, because a lot of people, as a matter of fact, everyone that's gotten on our platform has told us what you just said. About how, like, we're doing substance types interviews that have substance to them.
And
you have to,
but just, like, it's in the pudding too. Like, this has been around, you know, like, this platform, like, it's expanding to where we are now too, incorporating this style. But, like, this is a platform that's been around and also transcended a lot of times, a lot of different eras. So, like, you know, that's to be paid attention to. A lot of these niggas pop up and they gone.
Right.
You know? So, like, they pop up in a time where it's easy to catch flame, but, like, it's different when you can have consistency even when it ain't, like, a hot moment. I think that's very telling over everything.
Yeah. I it's interesting how you see with a lot of artists, too, where they'll, like, well, my thing with, like, I like, kind of went off on Post Malone a long time ago, but my problem, well, there's a lot of problems, but, like, not personal, but
there you go.
It was just, but it was just the thing, it was like, you knew what that was. You knew he was going to use, like, rap.
You know, catapult it into your country life.
Yeah, you could see that a mile away. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of journalists or, like, personalities or whatever, they're not really, that's the thing, I think, like, people don't know the difference between a journalist, a critic, a personality, a content creator. They should be very different things.
Stop hoeing this shit out. Stop hoeing this shit out. Diddy already raised all this hip hop shit off lies. All this shit was lies. You feel me? Like, he already did.
Off the sweat in the back.
That was my unpopular truth in the first episode. I was like
hip hop, I'm gonna come clean, camera. Wherever camera. Hip hop, all this shit we know it to be is a lie. So let's take these steps to, like, redefine what this is. Because all this shit, I'm telling you, like, all these niggas is pedophiles and weirdos, like, and playing they people like the white man played them. So it's like, let's, like, you know, it's time for some different shit, bro. It's just time to just use these tools differently, bro.
You should run for president.
Yo, I'm not politically correct enough. They gonna assassinate me, cause if you catch me on the wrong day, I might say some Malcolm X shit. For real.
Me too.
No, that's what I'm saying. One of my favorite quotes ever was Oscar Wilde, and he said, "If you're gonna tell the truth, you better be funny, or else they're gonna want to kill you."
Right, cause you know you could be Richard Pryor or Dave Chappelle. Like Richard Pryor and Dick Gregory at a point they was not funny no more. You feel me?
George Carlin. Yeah, totally.
You know, like, it could get like that. But, yeah, it's good to have a sense of humor. It's just good to have some charisma in whatever you do. Should be able to laugh a little bit at everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, truth hurts.
The truth hurts. Shout out to Gold Diggers.
Thanks,
like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Make sure you guys double tap. Definitely. Share the post.
Definitely.
Run the clip up. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all, for real. You already.